Alright, so this is going to be fairly short, maybe 20-30 minutes. Play a few days of this game. So this is Black Closet. This is by Hanako Games. I've played a few hours of it, several hours. And I like it a decent amount. It's a weird game. I've never played this style before. So I wanted to fire it up from the beginning and kind of give a sense of it. And see what happens. Every time you play, so this is a game where you're playing the new student council president, and each time you play, there's a character who is a traitor, who is selling you out to a secret society. And so you want to identify her while managing the problems of the school. So let's get rolling. We'll do normal. Alright. I'm gonna skip some of the text. Okay. Order. One of the chairs had a rip in the cushion, so I had a maintenance swap it out. All of the filing slots are clean, and there's a fresh box of pushpins by the bulletin board. And I'm pretty sure it's not that. Big sister is Althea. She's strange. So this is... I know that this is written in an engine that tends to be like visual novels or, you know, sort of romance games or whatever. I would say that's not the style of the game, even though you can certainly hit on various people if you want to. I'll go for the, again, the nicer option here. I should play through a mean run-through at some point and see what that's like, to just dunk on everybody. But not tonight, I don't think. So this game has a fair number of achievements that lead to some weird places. I've never been particularly successful at this game, but you can, like, there's like a thing about seducing her. I don't know. This game has some weird paths that you can branch down if you want to. Let's not go for the predatory It's hard to think that Theus and Mallory are both freshmen. It's a little weird. One of the weird things about this game is that there's a sense that you have also been at this school since you were kindergarten, elementary school, whatever, some young age. And so it's strange how people will, like Vaughn said earlier, like, oh, you don't remember? You know, that kind of hint dropping of history that certainly you don't actually remember. Okay, so the way this game is structured is each week you have a set of cases, and this is actually marking on a calendar because there are certain key dates. They mentioned Labor Day here. But there are festival dates and like some sort of, I don't know, various school events that come up, and you have through the week until Monday usually to try to solve cases. Things can carry over, but it's usually like very few cases carry week to week, and you get graded on how quickly you solve them and how effective you are with managing reputations. So let's get it cracking. So our first case is a shipment of supplies has gone missing. Copies of the Great Depression property trading board game. Oh, I see. Monopoly. If those supplies aren't found by September the 15th, the special history lesson will have to be canceled. Emily, Kay, Mary Ellen, and Nevea are in that class. Do they know anything? So, we're lucky. We only have one case to start. So, this is a game where everyone that you're playing has a few skills. So this is persuasion, social stuff, intimidation, perception, and sneaking abilities. And so as you're looking, you can always get back to the log here. But as you, let's say you want to question them, you pick a person, you pick an action, and you kind of map person to action. So let's say, relatively speaking, we have two very social characters, Mallory and Althea. So let's use her. And once you start taking actions, we don't know this history student's numbers. Like, we don't know at all. So the odds are unknown. So if let's say we question, assign, the interface is a little awkward there, but that's fine. So let's set up two of these people to be questioned. Now, if you remember, one of these people, and not Rowan, I think, is a traitor. So, one of the ways that you'll find the traitor is by doing something like this. Let's say Kay's numbers come back and it's like her persuasion or her social is like 15, but Althea fails even though it's a 40 or it's questionable. Then you start tracking, like, okay, is Althea the traitor? And you put her up against people that she should be winning against, and if you start to see her consistently failing or getting neutral results, then you realize that she's the traitor. And you need to do that by a certain fall festival. Maybe that's a spoiler. It's probably not a spoiler. I think you get told that in the introduction. So Rowan, super creepy Rowan, is kind of our resident spy. Like, you have one person who's good at perceiving things, but not good at sneaking. So having either one of these two inspect things is pretty good. We can try having Vaughn question. And I don't know that I want to intimidate yet. So we have council karma and school reputation. School reputation tends to get dinged up when you detain or suspend people that don't want to be detained or suspended. When you, or that aren't actually guilty of things. When you just take brash actions, if you get caught sneaking around, you tend to take dings there. Council karma is like, if you intimidate or you harass people in a way that isn't good, then you can take council karma. Like I said, I'm not amazing at this game at all. I've played a couple playthroughs and have consistently like really struggled to manage the numbers. And having the trader in there doesn't help, because once they start, they're messing up your results. So the supply closet has items that I can then use to give bonuses and other things. So let's have her start building up our inventory. Alright, so day 1, we have... You can have it show you these numbers or not. Kind of depends on what you want to see. So, definitely a strong success here. Once things are within 10 points of each other, then you start to get a little more questionable. Too close to call? Exactly that. Okay, so we know where the box was, at least. And 2 of our interrogation attempts failed, essentially, or were not useful. Ah, that's right. Okay, so Teus, you'll see. Oh good, you're here. Let's be grumpy. She inspires grumpiness. Which means I'm right on time. I just thought that I should point out that I am not a servant. My birthday parties have been detailed in the society pages since I was 13. My calling cards were engraved and registered within a week of my birth. So, fetching supplies is beneath me. I don't hear your sister complaining. I'm not here to talk about my sister. This is about me. I'm simply pointing out that you are wasting my talents, and I won't quietly stand by. Which talents would those be? I can be very persuasive when people are stubborn and afraid. And she's our resident interrogator, I guess. Wait. Are you saying I don't have any talents? Is that what you're saying? Oh, hey stream, say hello to Jackie the cat. She has decided to say hello to us. No, of course not. We'll be nice. See that you do better in the future, and we won't have to have this conversation again. She's pretty, she's a lot for a freshman. Okay. So, you can always check the log. Althea's conversation went fine. Kay didn't know anything. The other 2 were less clear. Alright. So, let's try. Okay, so these red bars. These red bars are stress. So the more actions you have people take, the higher this bar creeps. And once it reaches the top, they're out of action. They're out of commission for a turn, for a day. If you don't include them, If they don't do anything for a day, then that brings the bar back down. So that's not rocket science. Let's have Mallory, and then, oh, I should say, at the end of each week, then the numbers all come back down. All the stress comes back down. So let's have her question the history student, who we haven't questioned yet, Mary Ellen. Let's have some intimidation happen here. So we know Kay doesn't know anything. Let's have Theus go at Emily, who has a very low intimidation score. I don't think we need the ruler for this. So I could, if I wanted to, include the ruler, which would make that a 50 instead of a 40. But we don't need that here, because the numbers are so much better. And then could try. I don't think Althea has a good chance of intimidating Nevaeh. So let's have Althea grab something else from the supply room. Alright, so Mallory talking to Mary Ellen. Alright. Not great. Ooh. Okay, so the intimidation revealed Emily's looking for people to mess up, so we can detain her, which, if Emily is not guilty of something and we detain her, our reputation will take a hit. We can also search her room, which is a better thing to do. Oh, binoculars. Cool. Alright. Delivery. Nope, did not want to talk, and she's gone. And you'll note that we didn't include her in an action last time, so her stress is lowered. So let's have her search Emily's room, which should be simple. Actually, let's take a look at those numbers. Unsure. Okay, well, let's see. Let's have... So we know Emily can be put in detention. Let's have her shake up Mary Ellen. Let's have... I think we've talked to everybody else. Maybe we can try... Actually, maybe this is it. Too close to call. And we're caught. So you can see we lose some karma there. Alright, it was there, and now it's gone. So, lemons are a thing that come from the supply closet. If one person consistently gets lemons, it's also a sign that they might be the traitor. Oh. Hi. Thank you for meeting me. Will be nice. Of course you are, because you're good and you're the president and the student council does good things, right? Act for the greater good. This isn't what I was expecting. I thought it was really nice of everyone to make me their representative when I'd only just started at the school. I was looking forward to helping people. Not to being a bully. We didn't ask her to intimidate anybody. Jeez. let's crack some eggs, I suppose. Well, you're in charge, so I trust you to know what's best. Thank you for seeing me anyway. Alright, so now we're on Thursday, just a couple days left in the week. We'll finish the week, do the stuff that happens on weekends, and then I think call it a stream. So, we know that there was evidence of it having been in Emily's room. Let's check the log. Okay. I've had trouble questioning a couple of people. Emily was defiant. Suggests it was in Emily's room. Okay, so Mary Ellen did not successfully get talked to. And I think Nevaeh did not successfully, persuasively get talked to. So, let's go. Unfortunately, Theus is pretty high on stress. So let's go for Athea with a ruler, with a wooden ruler, intimidating or harassing Mary Ellen. Which, even without the ruler, they think it's a good chance of success. So let's try it. And then let's have Mallory get some supplies. I like to keep this inventory full because if the stress levels are okay, because I want to always have the option of something to add to an interaction. So let's try Vaughn with a wooden ruler against Nevaeh for harassment. It's a weird thing to say. Alright. Okay, so we're pretty much got a pin on Emily here. Alright, so we again get dinged for being rude. Okay. So let's just put Emily in detention. And that's gonna succeed. And then let's send someone to the supply closet. We can't do anything other than search this room. Sometimes you can stake out a room or guard a room, but it sounds like there's not a whole lot going on in these spaces. So we'll just do these two. Oh, let me get back 5 of the 10 karma we lost. And get some candy. Okay, so now it's the weekend. And since you want to find the traitor, what you want to do is find the people who have the most, well, this is broad strokes. You want to find the people who have the most unclear things when they probably should have won, when they sort of succeeded, and try to raise their loyalty. There are a few different interactions that you can do for that. So let's see about Vaughn. She's a good person to be the traitor. Alright, so Elsa, hi. Did you need something? If you have time, I'd like to speak with you. Of course, whatever you need. Vaughn follows you to your office, looking back and forth as she enters. I wasn't sure if anyone else would be here. So, one of the things that happens is if you choose what would you like to drink, you get options you don't have. Like, usually the person will kind of rudely be, or like, knowing that you're limited, they clearly are making a joke on you, is like, I'll have bubblegum, whatever. Let's see what she says. Oh, in her case, really, I can take care of that. You should sit. I'll prepare the tea. You're my guest, and you are my captain. I am your subordinate. It's my job to make your life run smoothly so that you can focus on business without having to worry about the details. Today isn't about business. Even subordinates get time off. This was meant to be... My apologies. If this isn't official business, then I defer to you as a hostess. Tea would be lovely. Thank you. Okay. There is some matching of people and snacks that I don't remember. I think. I've occasionally... Oh, good. I picked randomly, and it was good. Mallory, I think, likes sweet stuff. Like, it's... I don't know. I don't know how much it matters. I don't know... Like, I've never not gained loyalty from spending time with someone on the weekend, so I don't know if you can really, like, botch things. Vaughn sips from her cup and smiles at you. So, here we are. It's nice to have a chance to sit and relax between crises. But there's something on your mind, isn't there? So, we want to know if she is... Ultimately, we want to know if she's the traitor. And I think a decent way to do that... Let's just ask her about student council. You mean about the cases we've been handling lately? I think we could do better, and will, with your leadership. How about you? With Miss Talmadge putting you through your paces, I expect it could be stressful. I was asking about you individually. Me? My performance? I haven't had much of a chance to perform yet. Why? Is there some problem? Is there something you want me to do differently? I want my officers to be happy. Of course you do. That's why you're the captain, and I'm happy to serve you. Still doesn't really say why she calls you the captain. This is a strange tea party, isn't it? I suppose we should talk about hats, or hairdressing, or politics, all similarly frivolous. Let's see if we can get to this captain business. Keep thinking, you'll get there eventually. I really should go. I need to study. Thank you for your time and the tea. Thank you for coming. Loyalty increases. So you can do that for 2 people. It goes a little differently each time. And then the next week starts, and you find out, well, we'll do Mallory. We'll do Mallory faster, because I do have to wrap up soon. Having a good weekend. Let's invite her to tea. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, I'm coming after... Hey, oh. Sorry, my cat is digging her claws into my leg. Mallory tags along behind you and waits until you open the door. It's so quiet in here. Let's ask what she wants to drink. It's unclear what she thinks of all of this. This is a different interaction than I've had with her in the past. I guess elementary and middle school aren't boarding schools? I'm assuming this is high school and not college. Although, now that I mentioned that, I'm not actually sure. Let's say it's difficult. Ooh. Okay. So, the traitor, I think, is part of a secret society that comes up in October or maybe November. And so when you're reading this, it's like an animal pinned up. Like, is that a sign of like wanting to fly free with this weird society or whatever? It's easy to read into like everything. Let's thank her again for visiting. She's super awkward for someone who's like your social character. But really, I guess she's your charming character. So, now it's the start of the next week. Starts on Monday, I'm guessing. Yeah, or, yeah, skips a week. So, when you start, looks like we failed case 1. The lesson was canceled, but nothing worse happened. Well, we sort of failed. And the school loses 1 reputation. Oh. So I think if we had, so this took us longer than expected. I think if we had detained Emily immediately, we would have been better off. But that's okay. So now we have a new case. Wendy has been heard saying that her friends Christina and Maud are planning a surprise that will shock the entire school. Investigate urgently. An unusual number of students have been missing class due to illness, and they don't seem to be faking. Investigate. So now you've got 2 cases running, which, as you can see, you're kind of back at the beginning. Similarly, you can question, harass. This time you can stalk, which is going to be much more sort of Rowan's stance, or her approach to things, although Vaughn is not awful at it either, which lets you follow people. Each one will keep its information in this log, just like previously. One thing that's different is that there's a training room. So this is essentially you assign a person here as if it's their action, and it lets you put however many points you want to into their different skills. And you rinse and repeat. And the calendar, as you approach the date of the first, I think it's either finals or I think it must be finals for the semester. Tension ramps up and you get approached by the actual adult of this situation, who's like, you need to find who the traitor is. You attend this ball in the fall, this festival where you pick a queen. It's interesting. It's weird. It's a little repetitive, right? So you're kind of going through the same pattern over and over again, but it still feels interesting. It feels like I don't have perfect solutions for things. I don't have easy answers for like, oh, it's this kind of case, this is how I solve it. And I like that. I've played, the first time I played, I failed. I got to shortly after the fall festival and then ran out of, I don't remember which, it must have been school reputation, but you take enough dings to that and you're at 0 and you just lose the game. And then the second one I have, I think I'm doing better, but I'm still like close to single digits on these. Like this can really, like if you've got 2 cases running and you do the wrong harassments and detentions, like you're just gonna take 5, 6, like all the way down. But this is a really fun game. Like I said, I've put a few hours into it, and I recommend it, especially if you like this style of game. Like, right, like this is not first person, third person, anything. There's no weapons. There's no death that I know of, right? Like, it's not that sort of game. Although there's drama. Once you, at one point, you meet, have the option to participate with the secret society. I don't think that's too big of a spoiler, since you know there's a traitor involved. And then you end up, that kind of becomes the case here. You can have characters investigate them, you can go off and have rendezvous with them, but things follow this format here, where you can always see this log of how your interactions have gone and who succeeded and failed. It's a difficult game, even on the normal setting, but I would say I recommend it. It's fun. So, I am going to wrap up for the evening. Thank you all for watching. And have a wonderful night.